everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song who on the station. Controlling the interest. Look how these kids dress. You cashing them.
I ain't even put myself on stage. Ain't that something? Oh, shoot. What's good? Oh, shit. What's happening? I am tripping right now. Multitasking. I literally was rushing trying to get here to get set up for the pod. Oh, okay. I didn't think my headphones was connected, but they are. That's what's up. Kind of hard to tell when I'm the only one here, but you know how that goes. Green, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? It's just me right now. I'm sure the fellas will be here eventually. Eventually. One of these days we actually gonna start on time. With all of us, not just me. Yeah, one of these days. But you know, life be lifing, man. So you know, we make it do what it do. How you doing, man? Oh, show, there you go. You already answered. I'm chilling, man. Long day. I'm saying long day at the job. Just glad to be here, ready to talk some sports. You know what I'm saying? Ready to talk some sports and get it in with the bros as soon as they, as soon as they deem it okay for them to show up. But I'm telling you, black people, we'll do it. We will do it. We will do it. Oh man. I was listening. I actually was thinking the other day when we were talking about bringing. We want to start having guests on some former athletes from current different levels, college, high school, pro, whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Get an opportunity to take a glimpse into some of the stuff that we don't. People who don't play sports they're not necessarily privy to. So, I ain't gonna say no names right now because I don't want to jinx nothing. But we got some pretty big names that's gonna come through. And I'm appreciative to no end for that. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Just hoping that everything goes according to plan. Let me see something. I might have to light a fire under these gentlemen. But I'm gonna get them a second. If they don't pull up, I'm gonna just get to it. I don't necessarily need them to talk sports. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. Oh yeah. Black people. Well, I'll start here. And I'll just talk about this now because I'm pretty sure we probably won't talk about it when they get here. Because by the time they come, we're gonna be kind of rushing to get it all in. Pause. But the Subway Series wrapped up this past weekend. As you know, myself and Evan All Mightee are both Yankees fans. Evan's a bit of a Yankees and a Mets fan. He's just basically a New York sports fan. So the Mets got the best of us, 2-1. And like that second game, they smacked us. They smacked us that second game. Oh man, that was ugly. It was ugly. I was like, man, what is happening there? Phantom, what's good, brother?
What's happening? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay. I thought my shit was tripping. Oh man, I was just getting ready to start crying about the Subway Series. But I'm not gonna cry about it. I mean, it is what it is. It definitely does give me the impression, however, watching the last, I don't know, I think I've probably seen the last 6 Yankees games. We're not ready. Not yet. We're not ready. Still a really good team, really good team. And I feel like they probably will be there. Um, you know, at least in the AL finals, if not in the World Series. But yeah, I don't think we're ready. We got too many weaknesses that they didn't do what needed to be done to address them. So I mean, Aaron Judge is going Aaron Judge. He is who he is. Like, and you can't turn that off. He is who he is. But the problem is, after leaning on him, um, I don't know. Did you see any of the games? Any baseball shit this week?
Nah, brother, I ain't watching no baseball this weekend, especially not the Yankees.
That sounds like hate.
No,
That sounds like hate.
it's just
Oh man.
I have an old Yankee, I have an old late George Steinbrenner approach to the Yankees at this point in time. And then, until you
Oh
give
yeah.
me that, then why am I gonna do that to myself? Because hell, you're chasing the Dodgers now. And regular season for Aaron Judge don't mean a damn thing to the playoffs. So we already know what the
That's all, man.
expectations is. So
Oh
why are
yeah.
we
I
even
mean,
playing with it?
it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I mean, at the end of the day, me personally, I ain't the person that's gonna say if you don't win, it don't count. Like I ain't never thought that. I don't believe that. If you don't win, it don't count. I don't believe that. If you there, that means you still was better than everybody else, motherfuckers that won. So I mean, I get it. But when it's all, I guess, especially coming straight out of the 2-3 peats in Chicago, um, the pressure initially very high, because we just came off winning 3 championships in a row twice. Um,
How
Mind you,
long
yeah,
ago
we
was
cleaned
that?
house, blah blah blah. But the pressure's still going to be there because you got that red and black logo. You got that red and black jersey. You know what I'm saying? But it's been so long since we won the World Series. I don't know. I just don't see it that way. But I do think that in the next 3 years, within the next before 2028, we'll win one. Before 2028, we'll win one. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was crazy though. The Mets are really good. The Mets are really good. Like, and I got a chance to see that in full flavor this past weekend. They beat us 12-6 in game 2, yo. That shit was crazy. Ugh, I do not like it. I do not like it. Oh man. Well, Evan All Mightee will be here with us shortly. He just tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Just tapped in. He'll be here with us shortly. So I guess I'll go ahead and kick this thing into gear. Y'all already know who I am, man. Seven Da Pantha, Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Thing, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pie Strickland, if you're getting the point. And of course, you know what I'm saying? Got Phantom in the building, aka the Cook, cooking up, chefing up that wonderful, marvelous shit. I'm trying to see. I got, you know what? Since Evan ain't here, we're gonna start right here. I didn't know this is where I was gonna start, but I think this is where I'm gonna start because I seen something interesting today, and I didn't get a chance to put it on the doc, but I seen it today and was like, I ain't got to put it on the doc. I already know one person that's already gonna have something to say about this. So let's see what's going on in the world right about now. Damn. Hey, bitch, what you doing? Uh-oh, didn't do it. Oh, there we go.
I think it was ever about retirement for John Jones. I think you look at it, he didn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. I think he was either going to be stripped of his title or he's going to, get off of it. And I think he chose to just retire and say, I don't want, this belt. I don't want you to strip the title from me. Just go ahead, let me retire. You can take it and give it to Tom. Because I don't think he wanted to, he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. I think you look at it, he wants to fight Pereira. I think he wants Pereira to come up to heavyweight, and I think he wants to fight Pereira. And wherever that is, and whenever that is, it's just bound for those two to figure it out. But I think his next fight will be Andre Pereira. That's who he wants to fight. But yeah, no, I don't think this was about him retiring. I don't think this.
I don't care nothing else about what you got to say. But that was enough for me. That was enough.
All right, let's correct a few things.
We said it when he retired that we didn't think he was going to stay that way, right? We didn't say that when he said he retired. We was like, I don't think that's going to last. I don't think that's going to stick.
This actually goes into something I put on the doc actually, so we can kind of kill two birds with one stone. Okay, so we all know, well, we all don't know, but he's retired. But as of July 4th, John Jones tweeted his own self. He's back in the USADA testing pool, which means he has to go through the testing pool again, which means if he passed the testing pool, he is eligible to fight. Now, is this him possibly trolling? Excuse me. Is this him possibly trolling? Sure, possibly. Now, the reason I put what I put in the doc was a UFC event in the White House, because President Trump voiced that and said he wanted to have one in 2026. A. B. President Trump says it. Dana White's crazy enough to figure out a way to try to get it done if President Trump wants it. Because Dana White's just that kind of motherfucker. If you say you want something, we can figure out a way to make it happen. Well, it's going to happen. He said he couldn't do it in the Sphere. He did it in the Sphere. It took him about $22 million to do it. Took about $22 million to do it in the Sphere, so that's feasible. So, to whoever that was, his point about Alex Pereira, yeah, Alex Pereira does interest in him. And it's a big money fight. The thing with that is, you don't get Alex Pereira if you come back regardless. Because John Jones is going to fight Tom Aspinall the day he steps back in the UFC, unless Tom Aspinall is not pretending. And even then, you're probably going to have to fight Tom Aspinall, even then.
Yeah.
Because anybody in the heavyweight division, unless somebody comes out of anybody in the heavyweight division, unless somebody creeps up out of nowhere to the next, we'll just say 2025, sitting at July 7th of 2025. So you got a few months. Yeah. He does want Pereira. He said Pereira interests him. He's always said it. But we've done this long enough. John Jones could have made this. But you fought Stipe Miocic, a dude who hadn't fought in 3 years. And there was an interim champion at the time, which was Tom Aspinall. See, Dana White ain't gonna let you skate and get off the hook on this. He's not gonna let him do it, even if he won't Pereira. This could have been a moot point a long time ago.
I mean, do you think he's scared of Aspinall or something?
I don't think it's a matter of...
He's scared of Aspinall or something? Like, the way people talking, they making it sound like he's scared of him.
Well, let me put it like this. You've gone this long without losing a fight. Now you're on the... I'll actually borrow Daniel Cormier for this. You've been this guy for this long. You have fought 3 generations of fighters, which is very much true. And there's a young guy, you're 38 now, and there's a young guy who's not running from you, who just made every effort to say, I want to fight you. Can you dig that up to go fight this young buck? Is it not more so scared? Is it that possibility? The possibility of I might possibly can lose this fight fighting this youngster. Oh, and the fact that I really don't like him and don't want to do business with him. Yeah. Becomes a thing.
Now, see, that makes a heck of a difference, actually. The way I'm looking at it is this. I think John Jones says, hey, man, look, I want to come. If I'm going to come back, I think this might be an attempt on his part to kind of control the flow of how he comes back in if he chooses to do so. And I mean, it's cool. I get it. Like, I wish that more athletes would actively, especially top tier athletes, would actively take control of their situation. I guess you do have a point, though. at a point when you come back in, you kind of gotta fight Aspinall if you want to do anything else after that. Anything bigger than that, you gotta fight him first, even if he ain't the champion, because you kind of owe people that at this point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be interested in seeing how this plays out, just how far he take it. And as far as this thing at the White House, I mean, Donald Trump, I mean, you know, um, he it's not a part of me feels like, oh, that's a great idea. That's kind of cool. I would really feel like that if you hadn't wasted all that money on that military parade for your birthday. I probably would feel a little different about this, but I mean, it's whatever at this point. I know Dana White is a massive Trump supporter. I know that a big part of the fan base of the UFC is right leaning. I mean, I get it. It's cool. It is what it is. I'll be interested in seeing if that actually happens. I'll put it that way. Or if it actually happens in the time frame they think it's gonna happen.
It can happen. It's just the point about this is this is why I put those two things together the way I did, because you're gonna get an event. You're gonna get a one of a kind event that, excuse me, that's very much a cool idea to do something like that at the White House. I mean, the capacity is about 20,000 to 25,000, roughly, is what they want. Speculate, estimate, however you want to do that. That's a hell of a lot of a vetting process to let the people into the White House. But if you're going to do that, then obviously you're going to put a card together that says John Jones has to fight something. Conor McGregor better have his shit together to fight something.
And he already said he's trying to be there.
So any of that
he already said he's trying to be there. So.
And those fighters are going to be requested to fight. Think of this in the sense of whenever UFC, WWE, or even boxing take Saudi Arabia money, Riyadh or Saudi Arabia or Jeddah, and take that money to put on shows, those people expect a specific amount of fighters, specific shows to put on, and they pay for that. So this is why all this is kind of relevant. This is why all this is really relevant, and the fact that he went back in the USADA testing pool. Okay, well now there's pressure to, you can't make no other fight other than him and Aspinall. You really can't make no other. I mean, even if you want to say Alex Pereira, and the gentleman said that, I was like, yeah, that would have happened. Realistically, if you wanted to do it this way, then you could have had Aspinall. You could have X'd out Stipe, put Aspinall in there, had that fight. If he wanted to fight Stipe, he could fight Stipe after that, and then you could have had Pereira. Yeah, the whole thing would have been a moot point after that. But you drug that out for 7 months, so your out is not going to be, even if you do it. And Dana White will have the hard pill to try to sell that. Not a hard pill to sell the fight, but a hard pill to explain, like, how did you let him skate away from Tom Aspinall? Unless you say, well, the President Trump wanted, whatever, but then you're going to say, okay, President Trump influenced UFC, your business?
That part.
You know what I mean? And in that, I don't believe Dana White even allows that to happen. Because I don't think he's allowed it to happen for Saudi Arabia, for the Saudis. I don't think he's allowed it to happen. I think he's put those, the fights just happen to come in line the way they've come in line, and then whoever had to, pull out during the injury or whatever, we fill in the gaps where we got to fill in the gaps. That's not Dana White's model. Dana White don't let you skip the line or don't let you skip fighters. People have tried that shit and it don't work. So John Jones ain't nothing special in that either. Now, if you say the president might be special, then shit, that's a hell of a goddamn caveat.
Thanks. Hell yeah. I mean, man, I'll be very, very, very interested in seeing where all of this goes, especially with the, knowing that it's so heavily supported by the mother. Um, you did put something on the doc that I found interesting, and I had not seen it yet. I had not seen it, and I'm glad I did. Uh oh, right on time, right on time, right on time. We just
Yo,
wrapped up the UFC conversation. You are right on time. Evan All Mightee, what's good, brother? How you doing,
gentlemen, what's goody, man?
What's going
man?
on?
Shit, chill, bro.
Hey, just had
Chill,
to drop me a couple
chill.
pills right quick so I can knock this headache off, man. What we got going?
I feel you on that. But we was
No
actually
Bombay
getting ready. I
today
was
without
actually getting ready to
Gay
run up
today.
on this. Yeah, I heard me. Oh man, Phantom put some interesting link on the doc, and it was ESPN's current top 10 running backs.
Uh-huh.
I found it very interesting. Now what I want to do though is I'm gonna start with the honorable mention running backs. I'll start with
Okay.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when I'm gonna say these honorable mention running backs, and when I say them, I want you to keep them in mind because some of these honorable mention running backs maybe
It don't
should have
make
been
no
in some of the
sense.
other spots, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
get there. So, honorable mention, we have Bucky Irving of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll even read the little quips they put about him real quick. Bucky Irving, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, combination of speed, quickness, and contact balance. Heck of a runner, rarely goes down on first contact. Aaron Jones, classic slasher, darts through run lanes, plays big on the goal line, a dual threat. Love everything about him, but durability and age are issues. Devon from the Miami Dolphins. Elite speed and
A-Chan.
explosion. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I love fucking people's names. Uh, elite speed and explosion. Could wear down because he's small, similar to Gibbs. He gets banged up, runs very hard for how small he is, and should get out of the perimeter more as a pass catcher. Absolutely. I agree. It'll keep him around a whole lot longer. Brees Hall of the New York Jets is an honorable mention. He's been one of the best in the league at points. I just haven't felt the same way recently. I know the injuries have been an issue. That's not all his fault. He was in a bad offense, still has good lower body balance and home run juice. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now, but y'all going to stop playing with Brees Hall name. That's all I'm going to say. James Conner, Arizona. James Conner is a whole lot better than I. Anyway, he's a load to bring down. Short strider with quick feet to slip tacklers, fine slices of daylight, good second level burst, runs behind his pads, finisher, underrated player. Underrated player, absolutely. Also receiving votes, Kyron Williams, my guy from the Rams, David Montgomery, Brian Robinson Jr., Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, Kenneth Walker III. Anyway, so yeah, you heard what I said. You heard. I see your face, Ev. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. I was not making that up, yo. All right, so those were the honorable mention running backs who did not make the top 10.
Mm.
I will now give you the top 10 running backs. Number 10, Alvin Kamara. Number 9, Joe Mixon. Number 8, James Cook. Number 7, Jonathan Taylor. Okay. Number 6, Josh Jacobs. Josh, come on, man. Come on, please. Number 5, Christian McCaffrey. Number 4, Bijan Robinson. Number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. Number 2, Derrick Henry. We all know who number 1 is. I don't even have to say his name, but I will, just out of respect. Saquon Barkley. I ain't gonna act up yet. Have at it. I gotta go get my weed anyway, because that shit just stressed me out. Please, proceed.
I love the young bull Bajan. Y'all know that's my dude since last year, since he came in the league, but he's up too high. Swift's not in there. Brees Hall's not in there. I would arguably put Brees Hall before Bijan Robinson right now. I have no idea why Swift's not in there. I have no idea why Connor's not in there. Who made that?
That was ESPN's list, and I took it as if we're going. This is ESPN's list, and I take this as we're going into this year. So
Okay, it's got to be like current.
but, yeah,
It's
but
got to be.
this is going in this year. I read it. That's why I put the link up there, read it, and sat on it, and I was like, okay,
It's
this
just
is
kind of
what we're
weird.
doing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, that sounds like more projection than anything, especially when he got up to Bijan Robinson. I mean, I like Bijan Robinson, but in that particular offense, I don't think he's number 4 in a list of even ESPN's 10. Great back, great young bull, great young back. He's gonna be something. I just don't think he's number 4 in that list, even if you wanted to include him in the 10. And like I said, some of them other names that are honorable mentions, like these are perennial running backs that you're talking about as honorable mentions. Is just kind of weird. So it's got to be projections just based on where they may think their teams or maybe how they may function this year to push their teams. It's got to be.
Bijan Robinson,
At 4.
in my opinion, is not the best running back in his division.
No.
So how is it possible that you in the
For him
top
to be
10 and the
number
guy that
4.
I think is the best running back in your division is an honorable mention? Make it make sense. I don't get it.
They put him
And
top
you're
5,
number
bro.
4.
They made him
That's the
top 5,
crazy
bro.
part about it.
Top 5 in the league.
You
And
can
I
say
fuck with
that.
Bijan Robinson hard, yo.
Yeah.
You can say that. I'll take that. I'll take that bullet. Don't worry. You can say that one right there.
Yeah, the top back in the NFC South is not Bijan Robinson. We know that. We know that. Everybody knows that. That's why I asked,
Chuba
like,
Hubbard.
who made
Period.
that
No
list?
ifs, ands, or
You
buts
know?
about it. That's who it is.
Yeah, no, yeah. This, I mean, you don't even have to ask
Period.
who the best running back in that
Like,
division is. I don't.
come on, man.
Is Bijan Robinson more
Come on,
talented or
man.
younger?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
But there's no way in fucking hell. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go and fuck this whole thing up. C-Mac, brother, I got love for you.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 based
No,
off
sir.
last year? No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. And I got love for you. I truly do. I
yeah.
really. You play for my team. You a fucking hell of a back. But the injuries, we don't know what that is. Alvin Kamara, last season, I'm not sure about that one. Dalvin Cook,
James Cook.
James Cook.
James Cook, yeah. He led the NFL in rushing touchdowns last year. I don't think he broke 1,000 yards last year though. I think he was like 900.
900.
He went over 1,000.
Okay.
He did. So that's why I'm not gonna jump on James Cook.
Right,
is that postseason combined or is that regular season 1,000?
I'm about to find out right now.
Yeah,
touchdowns was regular season.
Yeah, I know touchdown. I know his touchdowns was regular season. He was definitely scoring the ball.
Playoffs.
Yeah, he was definitely scoring the ball.
Oh yeah, he got right over it. 1,009. 1,009.
Oh, okay.
Yards.
The last time I tracked him, he was at like 940, 950 or something like that in the regular season.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was there too. I think I did. I don't think I stayed up on it after the last 2 games, and that's when.
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
He
had more rushing yards the year before. He actually had 1,122 the year before that. But he did average 4.9 yards a carry last year and scored 16 touchdowns. So I mean,
so he doubled his touchdowns basically, and had about the same production on the ground. Shit.
Nah, the year before he had 2 touchdowns.
2.
The year before he had 2 touchdowns. Then he went from 2 to 16. That's crazy.
Yeah. You got to throw him in there.
I ain't mad at James Cook being on this list, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not mad at him at all. Got
to put him in there.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Jahmyr Gibbs.
No.
I'm gonna tell you what my problem come into play. My problems come into play when we get okay. So if you can take 1 and 2 and flip flop them, and I won't be mad at you. Either way you put 1 and 2, I'm cool with it. In my opinion, they the two best running backs out there right now. Cool,
For sure.
Gotcha. No problem.
4 through 10 is weird.
Once you get past Bill, yeah, I mean I can even take Gibbs at number 3 might be a little high.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gibbs at number 3 is a little high. I do think Jahmyr Gibbs should be in the top 10. I don't think he's number 3.
For sure.
I think Josh Jacobs should be higher on the list than number 6.
Me too.
And that also plays into what you were just saying about Christian McCaffrey being at number 5. Last season, Josh Jacobs outperformed McCaffrey by a country mile because C-Mac was hurt. So how you rank him above, like Josh Jacobs has shown you, hey, I can take the punishment and keep going. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
I would put
C-Mac
Josh
has shown a propensity
Josh
for
at
being
4.
injured. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Josh
that
at 4.
4 or 5 is a good spot for Josh.
It's good for Josh.
Jonathan Taylor, yeah, I mean,
that one right there was
he rushed for almost 1,500 yards last year with trash quarterback play all around him. So I mean,
if they're gonna turn around and hand the ball off to you a million times, you're gonna get your yards.
I can see that. Joe Mixon top 10. Y'all know I am a huge Joe Mixon fan. I am a huge Joe Mixon fan. But for Joe Mixon to be in the top 10 and for Breece Hall to not be in the top 10, it's problematic for me. It's problematic for me. I don't know, man. That's hard, yo, because I like all of them. Every running back on the list, I like them. Be they the top 10 or honorable mentions. I do like all of them. But to know that Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, and Brian Robinson weren't even honorable mentions. They just also got votes.
That's crazy.
Like, who the fuck are y'all asking these questions to? I don't understand.
Who is the ESPN staff? Or the people in the mailroom? Is this the mailroom ESPN staff? Like, who are the people? That's what I want to know. Like, did y'all just walk past cubicles and like take names or something up in the admin department, or who did that? And what are you basing it on? That's what I would like to know.
It's a lot of that I'll be wondering about. Wonder about that a lot. What is the criteria that you're basing this on? Because if you're basing it on all around play, that means you got to move Derrick Henry.
Yep.
You don't catch the ball out of the backfield like that.
No, you
when
don't
he
move
does
Derrick
running
Henry.
the ball alone. No, I'm saying if you're talking about all around play, you have to move Derrick Henry because he ain't no threat out the backfield receiving the ball. I ain't worried about you in the passing game at all.
But you have to
not even a little bit. Like maybe. But okay.
He's an out, but Derrick Henry though, he is he is an outlier. For an outlier, you have to make concessions for an outlier. Because that motherfucker technically, if you're gonna just do this way, all around it don't even matter. Derrick Henry may be the very last tote the pill rock running back. Just tote the pill.
If you took
get the fuck out of his way
and put him behind the absolute best assembly of offensive linemen you could pull for a season, Derrick Henry will run for damn near 3,000 yards. If you put him behind the absolute best line that you could assemble, you can't tackle him. And he runs straight at you. So, and he's pretty damn durable for his running style. So when you add all of that up, yeah, you can't move, homie. You can't move Saquon, can't move Derrick. Those are seriously franchise running backs.
And
you spend the money on them.
And Jahmyr Gibbs for Detroit, this is where I offer this about him.
I like Youngin. I like him.
Dog, that motherfucker, it was a 2-back system. It's still a 2-back system.
Mm-hmm.
But that motherfucker, down the stretch,
He real.
Down the stretch.
Yeah, he real.
Yeah, dog. You didn't even ask that question. That motherfucker, he put games.
Montgomery barely touched the ball.
On his back. He let the
He
game.
put games away.
Montgomery barely touched the ball. But you want to know how dangerous the Detroit Lions are? Both of their running backs is on his list. Jameer Gibbs is in the top 10, and David Montgomery is an honorable mention. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they got a backfield, y'all, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got something crazy I just found. I ain't gonna pull it up just yet. I'm gonna put it up when we get ready to slide the basketball. But just know I got something that's gonna make y'all laugh real hard. Like I had to make sure that I didn't bust out laughing because we was recording already. But like I just seen it and it was like no. I'm uploading that right now so I can throw it on screen in a little bit. But yeah, so I mean ESPN. I would love to talk to y'all more about what y'all criteria is. More importantly than that, you know what we're gonna do? I think what we should do is we should take all three of the heavyweight positions, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and let's come up with our all-purpose top 10 at each position.
Okay.
And
like
we'll throw them up before the season start. We got some time to come up with it. You know what I'm saying? Throw them up before the season start. And kind of put some shit in works. Because I mean, if we're gonna report on it. And we got opinions. We might as well put our shit out there too. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? We might as well put our shit out there too. I'm so glad you put that. Dog, when you sent the link, it took me because I was at work, so it was like an hour and a half later before I got to actually look at it. Then I looked at that shit and I was like, holy smoke! What are they, dog? They done legalized all the drugs at ESPN. Okay, I got you. I got you. It's cool.
Over there on that.
I ain't gonna trip. Oh man. Hey man, football is on the way, bro. Football is on the way. And not wait. Football is on the way.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to football. However, basketball season just closed out. Salute to the OKC Thunder for doing their thing. But the NBA is I didn't realize at first how close a lot of this stuff is. Like this finals happened, and then like boom, here come the draft, and then boom. And in my brain, I never realized all this stuff was so close together. You know what I'm saying? But it just lets you know that that's how these things stay in the news cycle year round. You know what I'm saying? Like year round is basketball, regardless of whether it's basketball season or not, because people still talking basketball.
Strategic.
Most of what I've been thinking about lately, especially since the guys have been fairly active this off season. I saw something that made me laugh. When this is not the thing I was just talking about, I already had this in the tuck, but I'm gonna show it to y'all. So they put this picture up. The caption on the picture read, "After signing Kristaps Porzingis, the Atlanta Hawks have done just enough to lose again in the play-in."
Pretty good.
Yo, that was hilarious, dog. Oh my goodness. But I see a problem. If this was their starting five, I see a major problem. You essentially have 3 guards, a small forward, and a 7-foot guy that plays like a guard or a forward. That's basically what this lineup is. So in my brain, the caption, though funny, makes perfect sense. I don't expect much from the Atlanta Hawks most of the time. I don't know if I expend the energy to go fuck with Porzingis after what I saw in Boston. I don't know that I do, personally. But that's just me. But anyway, with that said, it could be your own team, some other team, just something that you saw you thought was some fly shit. So far in the NBA offseason, whether it be a free agent sign trade, what's been your most the thing you saw that you most was like, yeah, that right there, that you think may potentially change the fate of, may have the greatest impact, at least theoretically, on the team that they went to. And I mean, Kevin Durant to Houston is the easy one. If you pick it, I won't be mad because I did ask for your truthful opinion. But yeah. I don't know. It's been some. Oh, this ain't my pick, but I think the Norman Powell going to the Heat is going to mean a whole lot more than everybody thinks it does right now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to matter more than people think it's going to. That's all I got to say about that one right now. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Miami do. I guess. Well, I mean, I guess I'll go first. Sheesh. Again, KD's the easy one. But for me, I don't think that's the one. I don't think it's that. Strangely, I do feel like this is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound really crazy. But I think two teams have done exactly what they needed to do in order to change the long-term outlook for their team. And that's Boston and Milwaukee. Boston had to cut money. They didn't have a choice. There's no way you keep that team together. It's not gonna happen. You can't afford to. You're gonna have to move pieces around. You know you ain't got Tatum probably for the whole season. Indiana already said Halliburton out for the whole season. Who else? Dame probably out for the whole season. So if you're Boston and your quote unquote best player is out for the whole year, you got the highest payroll in the whole league. What do? Start cutting bait. Now, letting Drew Holiday leave, I think you're going to live to regret that. Porzingis, not so much. Who else? Somebody else left, right? Drew, Porzingis.
Al Horford is a free agent, unrestricted free agent.
Yeah. And now they're talking about they may try to bring him back. And I can dig that. I know Golden State's interested in him as well. But I think Boston has been smart-ish in how they've done it when they got rid of a player who's perpetually injured and who didn't quite give them what they expected of him. Now, you let Drew Holiday leave, which is crazy, but it has helped you out tremendously in the salary cap department, which is where you needed the help at. And as far as Milwaukee goes, the Dame thing was a little odd, and then the way they playing this whole he wanted to go home and rehab in Portland with his people, and y'all had a problem with that. That whole thing was weird to me. It's weird.
Didn't they sign Westbrook?
But,
I know they was thinking about signing Westbrook.
I think they was trying to, yeah. I know they was trying to, but they signed Miles Turner, which is huge.
It was just nice.
They signed Miles Turner, which is huge.
They're trying to get Westbrook over there.
Yeah,
I did
so
like looking at like an obscure team or a team that's tooling up, like being able to read their trades and stuff. I did kind of check out the Wizards, and I don't really look at the Wizards for nothing. But if you look what they putting together over there, they got McCollum. They went and got Cam this year. They got, I hate saying his name, Vucic. I can't say that name. Vucevic. Yeah, that dude.
They got Vucevic.
They got Malcolm Brogdon. They got some cats. They got some cats on their roster. And it just looks like, they just using a little bit of cheese they got and putting together an assembly of players. But we've seen this. That's Cleveland.
Yes.
That's Indiana. That's all of these small market teams that are just grabbing up dudes, drafting a little bit. You don't hear nothing from them for about 7 years, 6 years, and then all of a sudden they playing in the fucking conference finals. So, it just looks like that again, because CJ McCollum's not a bad player at all, so that might be another one of them sneaky teams in about 2-3 years.
He's a quality guy. Yeah, he's a quality guy for sure. Oh shit! I low key think that Dallas signing D'Angelo Russell is going to be bigger than people think it is. I think that they're going to figure out a way to mediate some of that hot cold shit going on. Yeah, I think they might be able to figure that out.
They don't have to do nothing but pass the ball.
Yeah, Phantom, who you got?
Well, y'all kind of have named some of it, so I kind of went a different way on this.
Okay.
My different way is either teams who had good drafts or drafts you think that are pretty good with enough young talent like that, coupled with like a couple moves here and there. Like, cause Summer League, you only
Mm-hmm.
watch something like you really don't watch Summer League, but you watch to see who kind of like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see some of that's why I kind of put it all together in a
What kind of
Texas
hidden
scrimmage
gems
thing.
is out there? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So me myself, first and foremost, I'm gonna always say I'm gonna say what I said last year, health notwithstanding. Yeah, we gonna goddamn fuck up some folks in San Antonio.
I agree.
It's true.
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
say
agree.
that just because I think the draft is what they drafted is it works. And even in Brooklyn, I was like, what they drafted is like you actually drafted damn near all your picks. So that's a kind of a shit. Okay. And then I took a sneaky
Mm-hmm.
approach at Philly just because I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Brooklyn has
all
had a
right,
good season.
Philly.
Yeah. Good
Hmm?
offseason. Yeah. They've had a really good offseason. Absolutely.
And I took a sneaky look at sneaky.
What do y'all think Kevin Love is going to end up?
I think he'll end up on the buyout market.
I think Kevin Love might end up in Boston.
Well, I mean, I think the Jazz already said they're gonna buy him out. The Jazz already said they're gonna buy him out. He just had to be
And
in
guess
the
what?
trade for the
Guess
money
what then?
difference. But like, um,
Guess what then?
yeah, he wants to go to a contender.
That's what I was about to
Hey,
say.
I want you to do this right here.
No,
Hold up your right hand and wave and say, "Hey, Kevin Love, welcome to LA."
He's going to a big market. You know that. I wouldn't
Welcome,
mind seeing him play in LA.
welcome to LA. Welcome to the Lakers.
we already got one. We already got one Rip Van Winkle on the team. We don't need two of them.
Hey,
We don't need two of them.
at least this one right here gonna crash the boards religiously.
That he will absolutely. And you know the funny thing is, speaking of summer league, and that's kind of what made me think about the whole Kevin Love thing because um I've been watching watching some summer league and Bronny and Dalton Connect both look really good right now.
Yeah, Bronny playing.
They play well together. They play
Yeah,
well
playing.
together. They developed a rhythm playing together. Dalton Connect shooting the ball really well. And for those of y'all who were wondering why Dalton Connect wasn't getting run when you know he can shoot the ball, JJ Redick took exception to his shortcomings on the defensive end of the floor. So cool. But my problem with that becomes you have a problem with his defense, so you sat him down. And he's probably, with the exception of Luka, probably the best long range shooter. Him and Austin Reeves almost they similar in that way. You know what I'm saying? I think Dalton Connect is more of a pure long range shooter than Austin Reeves is. But Reeves can't hit that shit. But you sat him down for defensive deficiencies when the entirety of what was happening on the floor was a defensive deficiency. Everything about it was defensively deficient. Everything. You might as well put him out there and let him shoot.
Yeah.
Give us a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I think San Antonio, I absolutely, I'm going to be completely honest. I am going into this next NBA season very excited about watching the San Antonio Spurs play basketball. I'm also very excited, strangely enough, after I had time to think about it, you kind of changed my mind on something. I'm also very excited to see what Mike Brown does with the New York Knicks. That was not a free agent signing. That was not a trade, but it was a transaction that I think is going to have a massive impact. If in no other way, those guys that were at the deep end of the bench that showed that they could contribute in the playoffs but still didn't get to play, they're going to play. They are going to play. So
it's going to be a more complete team with Mike Brown, man. Like he going mix it up, and he coached the guys up, and the players generally respond. I think they're going to respond to him better than they responded to Tibbs. Tibbs, good coach, you know, with that, but I think they're just going to respond to him a little different, and I think he's actually going to let Jalen Brunson rest, and that's what dude need. He was visibly tired at the end of the series.
Yes. Yes.
If they
Question.
let him cook,
When we can make this quick and then move on.
You said
Do
let
either
who
one of y'all
cook?
see? Do either one of y'all
if they
see it
let
being a?
Mike Brown cook,
If they let him cook, yo.
Oh, true that. True that. True that. True that. Yeah. Well, I think it seems like the owners had a problem. Well, the front office had an issue with how Tibbs was doing shit. Not necessarily what the result. Like, of course, what the result
No,
was
they
because they
love the
wanted to go to the
results.
finals, but it was how we got this far, the farthest we've been in 30 fucking years, and
Ran him down.
you laid an egg because of how you did it. You know what I'm saying?
Ran him down.
So we can't take away the fact that you got us here,
Oh, for
but
sure. Yeah,
the
for sure.
way you did it.
It was
So
very
now we just got to
destructive.
find somebody else who's been there.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, it might not have been as a head coach, but Mike Brown got 4 rings. So
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Not for nothing. Like he got 4
He's
rings.
been
So.
around the best.
But my
He's
question was,
coached the best.
what's the over under on Cat not being a New York Knick at the start of the season?
the start of the season,
No, that's he's gonna be there. He'll be there.
he's gonna be there at the start of the
Yeah, he'll
season.
be there. I think even having Mike Brown will make Cat even a better player because he was tired. You could tell he was limping up the court at times. Cat, he did the best he could. He was arguably 1A and 1B to Jalen Brunson on certain nights. Like you had to give it to him. Like he came out there and he built a stat box up. So if they can just find that balance with the rest, keeping the low on the guys, I think it'll be much better. Tibbs just does not play like that. Like when you get him as a coach, y'all conditioning better be up because he's gonna play 1 through 6 all game.
Back to it. You better believe that shit.
I think Mike Brown.
Believe that shit.
Mike Brown is gonna understand it this way with Cat. Now, it's not to say the Cat will be on the team for the foreseeable until let's get to the trade deadline first. Then we have to ask that question because then Mike Brown's savvy enough and been around enough long that where he's seen Steve Kerr do it, he's seen Greg Popovich do it, which evolved him in Sacramento to be able to do what he did in Sacramento that first year.
They did have a good. Yeah. Forgot about that shit.
Especially that year they made the playoffs. So therefore, Mike Brown understands that. Now, for Karl Anthony Towns, for as talented as he is, statistically or percentage-wise, best shooting big man in NBA. I'm gonna offer it to y'all this way.
I mean,
if the trade comes around good enough to improve that team, and Karl Anthony Towns has to be in that trade,
he's gone. If Giannis wants to come to New York, Cat's gone. Yeah, he's gone. We know
I would even do it. I'm gonna say something. I know you don't want it. I know Ed probably don't want to hear it, and Seb, you probably be like, get his ass the fuck out of here. But if a hypothetical situation comes about where LeBron James wants to go to New York Knicks, and Karl Anthony Towns is a part of that package, just saying.
If LeBron wanted to come to New York, I wouldn't take exception to it because I believe at this particular point of his career, he's over being the number one on the floor. So I think he's over that, and I think it would.
Y'all would have one of the best fours in the league.
You would automatically, like right off bat, you're going to your defense. If nothing else, our defense would be better. Like right now, you just throw him down underneath the bucket, that's all you gotta do is just throw him down there. He can guard a 4, he can guard a 3, he can guard a 5. Put him down there and let him cook. Let him back down, turn around, throw up stuff. Let Cat. No, you won't have him. He's gone. So you're gonna have to go out. We need a center.
You would have to do a variation of OG, OG.
Yeah.
Him and OG would be your ways of getting around that.
not having a center. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you'd have to play like that. Because
I mean,
you couldn't put a 5. You couldn't put a natural 5 on the floor. It'd have to be a stretch 5.
yeah, yeah,
You could
absolutely.
because there's too many people that
I
want
mean,
the.
OG can shoot the 3, but to me, he's definitely more of a. I see him more mid range to the basket
Yep.
than I see him as a 3-point threat. You know what I'm saying? He
Yep.
can hit he can hit it, but not. It
He
ain't a
can hit.
consistent thing.
Yeah.
I would be willing to take. Okay, I hear you, Phantom, I'm surprised. I ain't opposed to this at all. Take him. You can have him. Give me Cat. And
Mitchell Robinson.
no.
I'll take
I
him.
don't want him.
You don't want Mitchell?
No. If you're gonna give me Cat, I don't need Mitchell Robinson. I already got DeAndre Ayton. I don't need Mitchell Robinson.
See, I was saying it because you don't have DeAndre Ayton because we played Cat and Mitchell Robinson. We switched them in situation. We sit Cat down and we bring Mitchell in for defensive reasons. Sit Mitchell down, bring
just
Cat
put
in
Cat
and
at the
shoot.
4. Hey, Cat.
Yeah,
You play
that
power
worked.
forward. DeAndre Ayton, you the center. We good.
Yup.
Let's go.
Now that
You
might
want to
not
play out
be.
here anyway.
That might
Come
not
on.
actually be bad. Bringing Kevin Love with Luka on that team.
Give me I wouldn't not Jason Hart.
Nah,
one
y'all
of
ain't
your
getting
backup
Jason
point
Hart.
guards.
You ain't getting Jason Hart.
Give me one of your backup point guards and Cat. You can have LeBron James.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Let's do that.
I'll take it. That'd be all right. It'd be
And whoever the backup point guard is, he probably getting ready to get sign a trade or some shit.
anyway.
Out of here. We ain't really need you. We just need the money to line up. But
Brian
I'll
with
take
Mike. That actually would be
that.
fun to kind of see KD down in Houston, Brian, back on the East Coast, because we come into a year where we're gonna need some of that a little bit. Because the only teams you really gonna be watching is like San Antonio. That's gonna be must see TV. Dallas, if everybody get healthy, that's gonna be must see TV because you got Kyrie down there.
Oh yeah.
Boston's missing their star. Indiana's missing their star.
Boston's missing a whole lot now.
Yeah, they're missing a whole lot now. So Philly ain't nothing. The Cavs can't break through the ceiling. I don't know, bro. They're gonna need something next year in the league because it's gonna be heavy in the West. Thinking about it now.
I think Lonzo Ball going to the Cleveland Cavaliers is going to be way crazier than people think.
You think that's going to shake things up?
I think because Lonzo
take the ball out of
can
Donovan's
push the
hand.
ball, he can run the point. Spider, all you got to do is get open. You don't have to run the offense. Garland, you need a timeout. Let's make sure you stay healthy because you seem to be picking up the injuries a little regularly. Now you got somebody that can split time with you and run the point.
You know what that's
don't even worry.
Look like?
And I can push the tempo.
That's going to look like young LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, bro. Like, that's going to turn into Lob City.
Lonzo Ball got enough defensively still in him. Because defense was always passing. Defense was his thing.
Yeah, he played the hell out of some defense.
You never said he didn't play defense. Lonzo Ball always played defense.
But that's going. If Donovan Mitchell cannot dribble the ball up the court and get trapped or get chipped or nothing like that, and he can run straight to the basket with the way that Lonzo Ball attacks the basket, that's gonna be Lob City, dog. All he got to do is jump. Lonzo gonna put it in his hand.
Man,
that's gonna be worth watching. That's gonna be worth watching, man.
I'm interested in seeing a couple of things. One, Norman Powell in Miami. I'm looking forward to that. I also think Andrew Wiggins ends up back in Golden State before the tip off of the next season. They want him back, and I think they're gonna make it happen. If they can't make that happen, there's also been talking about Klay Thompson going back to Golden State. Now I know that there was some in the beginning, and he was kind of butthurt in the beginning, but they done patched it up. Everybody's cool. So I mean, it's whatever. But I'm interested in seeing what plays out in Miami because I think with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero and Norman Powell, we talking a different Miami now. Norman Powell not only can score, but he also plays defense. Bam Adebayo scores baskets and can play defense. Tyler Hero scores baskets. He tries on defense. He okay. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to shut down nobody's guard, but I mean, he put the effort in. So I'm interested in seeing what Miami does.
But Miami did lose forgot brother's name. Not Hero.
Oh. Oh, wait. Okay. Bang. I'm bugging. Hold up. I got you. Yeah, it's been some change. I mean, it's a lot of shaking up going on right now. I'm glad though. Like it needed to be. It needed to be. I hate that we let DFS get out the door. Kind of upset about that. But they lost Kyle Anderson, Duncan Robinson, Kevin Love.
Duncan Robinson.
Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson ain't gonna hurt too much. Duncan Robinson, he get busy. He went to Detroit.
Yeah, Robinson.
Hey, motherfuckers better keep their out of Detroit, dog.
They tooling up.
Motherfuckers better keep their eyes on Detroit, yo. I'm trying to told you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Damn, they picked up Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert. And they lost Tim Hardaway Jr. That hurts a little because he's a good role player. Dennis Schroeder finally got him a nice little payday from the Kings. Looking forward to seeing how that work out for him. Golden State has been fairly fortunate thus far. I mean, they lost Looney, and you know what I'm saying?
Right, who cares?
That was the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
on that one.
you know what I'm saying? I also, what's the over-under on Kuminga not being there start of the season?
That's tough.
I think that's trading like deadline.
Yeah, I think he trade bait too.
I think that's trade deadline. I'm gonna go.
I feel it.
Trade deadline on that one.
Yeah, he trade bait.
Oh man, it was one other one. Oh, okay. So Orlando, very surprising team last year. They locked up Pinchero, 5-year extension. Wagner agrees to a 1-year deal. They got Desmond Bain and Tyus Jones in the building, but they did lose Cole Anthony, KCP, and Gary Harris. So, hold up. Kyle Lowry signed a 1-year deal?
Mm-hmm.
Thought that nigga was retiring.
Nah, he ain't finished.
With
Not
Philly.
He just went back to Florida.
Yo. That's wild.
They kicked him out of Miami, and then he went back to Florida.
Probably. I think so too. Oh shit! Nah. Lowry, he with Philly. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, yo. This is gonna be wild, bro. I know it was one thing that I knew I was gonna forget before we got out of football. But I got to do it because you'll see. I can't even explain it in words myself, probably because I'm pretty high right now. But other than that, it just you'll see. Damn Cowboys. Cuz, is you gonna play? Oh, you playing with my emotions, Smokey. You playing with my emotions, Smokey.
He tested more. He could be subject to more fines as a result of this arrest and charge. The gun charge also probably won't generate anything close to a suspension. NFL already announced previously there was going to be no discipline for Jamison Williams for a somewhat similar charge, and Williams already run into a foul with NFL suspensions in the past. Now, internally, yeah, there will be some type of punishment for Turpin from the Cowboys, from Brian Schottenheimer, which we may not ever know what that is publicly. You know, the Cowboys and Schottenheimer will undoubtedly discuss this. I'm sure Shotty was not happy to have that come in on 4th of July weekend and be upset.
So this nigga Turpin, Speedy Gonzalez. Man, look, I don't know what it is about the Dallas Cowboys, bro. It's almost like it's a rite of passage when you go there at some point for you to just get into some shit you probably shouldn't have got into. It's a rite of passage when you play for the Cowboys. And if you don't get in there while you're there, people are going to look at you weird. Like, where did you come from? What planet you from? You play for the Cowboys and stayed out of trouble? Congratulations.
Shit, she caught one last week, too. He caught a super speeding ticket last week too
Oh yeah, yeah.
in his truck. Yeah.
That's wild, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this nigga got a misdemeanor charge of marijuana possession and unlawful carrying of a weapon.
Yeah, YN, what you think?
If his name is not Kevontae Turner and he don't play for the Dallas Cowboys, this plays out very differently. That I guarantee. And they even talking about no suspension. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. This is
Dog, it really shouldn't be.
nuts. This is nuts.
It shouldn't be a suspension, fine. I mean, because here's the thing. It simply went. I mean, I wasn't even there, dog. I've heard the story, read it. It could go, and me being the dude that I am, watching, cop videos and surveillance, just YouTube and videos and just any shit like that in general. Dog, it went simply. Do you know why I stopped you speeding? Can you step out the car? Blah blah blah. Oh, you got a gun, and he's famous. Simple as that. That's
Yep.
it.
He's famous. Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah. If he's
You
not
don't.
him, that plays very different.
You ain't going to. You might go to jail, maybe. You probably won't. But okay, based off whatever his attitude was during the whole process. I mean, based off his attitude or whatever during this whole ordeal, probably can make it worse because you're famous or you're black. Give or take, whatever you want to take with it. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Now
That's
the only
real
part
talk.
about it that just fucks me up to this day is the fact that you are famous and you are rich and dumb nigga, get your gun shit together. Like, come on, man. That's the only part that I say is like, yo, you famous, you got enough bread, get your gun shit together, dog. Like, have your shit, legal, and,
Man.
have your shit in the proper location. Even if you don't know, even if you don't know the proper way of where to put it at and type shit like that, yo, dog, just give your shit on papers and just have your shit situated.
You rich, bruh. Take your car to somebody who can put a trap in it. And if you get pulled over, put your pistol in the trap. You rich, bruh. You can get your
You
car
don't,
built so that nobody knows nothing.
you
What are
ain't
you doing?
even, you don't even need the trap, dog. You literally can just put the bitch in your center console.
You can't do
Put the
that.
bitch. Yes,
You have to
you can.
display it. You got to display
As
it.
long as you ain't got the
You got to take the magazine out and you got to
mag out,
display it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's
It differs. It differs. Here's why.
Oh, they in
You
Texas
can.
though.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
exactly.
that's
That
different.
part too. And then
They
second
in
of all,
Texas.
hell, just don't have it in the glove compartment when you reach for your shit. Never put your shit in the same place you're gonna reach for your
That's a
inspection
surefire way
registration.
to be the reason for a march.
What the fuck? You never put it there.
That's it.
That's why if I
Yeah.
had
Hell
millions
no.
of dollars, bruh, I'ma have a trap in the whip, son. I'ma still be me. I'ma still have some weed with me. I'ma still have a nice blicky with me. A whole lot of rounds with me too. The whip's gonna have a
Yeah.
trap in it. You got to know that. Like a simple traffic stop is not going to be enough for me to lose my livelihood. There's no way
Nah.
for a simple traffic stop, yo. No way. I can see if you did some. Well, your boy, I hate to say it, your boy that crashed the whip, Ruggs.
Oh yeah, Henry Ruggs, yeah.
Okay, you lose your
Yeah.
livelihood for something like that, cool. But a traffic stop, bruh, ain't no need, man. Because like Phantom
Mm-mm.
said, if you got anything on you, it may not have even been that crazy. They gonna hype it just to put it in the news cycle.
Yeah, you can have it. See, that's what thing. Everybody. That's why I say I just, especially I go down rabbit holes like this. And going down rabbit holes like this is like, yeah, you can't put it in the side door. Don't put it in the fucking glove compartment. Don't put it in the fucking seat. You know what I mean? In some states, you have to have them separate, the mag separate from the round. Some places you don't. But if you conceal cassette, even if you get a concealed carry permit,
They don't say
okay, concealed carry permit is literally tell the motherfuckers you got one.
that's all you
Yeah.
gotta do.
Tell them you got one. Where it's stored at, and it better not be in reach of like you going to get your motherfucking registrations and shit like that. Yeah, where do you keep it at? I keep it in the motherfuckers in the console.
You heard? You
They won't
heard?
even know it's even
That's real
in there
shit.
first and foremost. But if you just want to divulge the knowledge, then do it. But I would recommend don't do it at all. Just like, yo, it's in there. But
They
they pull you
know.
out the car.
They
They
know.
won't.
When they
They
when they
won't know.
walk up to you in the car, they already know what you got. They know the serial number on your pistol. So if they ask to see your pistol and the serial number is different from what's in their records, you going to jail right now anyway.
No, they don't know.
Woo.
Here's why they don't know. Because they don't divulge it that way. Not for simple handguns
Hmm.
like that. Yes, it's in records. It's in the books and records under you. But a simple traffic stop or a simple officer patrol, he don't know that shit.
He
He's not
don't
even
know
gonna
till
wait.
he don't know till he go back to his car.
And he won't even know it then because he's not even looking for that shit
Oh
then.
yeah, when you're like, yeah.
All he want to do is run your shit, run your tags, and if you got all that shit straight, get the fuck up out of here. Now you got dickheads and assholes,
Oh
asshole
yeah.
officers. We
Oh yeah.
all know all of that.
Oh yeah.
But if he pull you out the car, but here's the thing: two things to give it away. A, you've been drinking and driving, and you don't know when to shut the fuck up, or just don't know how to shut the fuck up. Or B, they say they smell the odor of weed,
You've been
and it's like
smoking in the
you
car.
don't know when. Like, don't even smoke in the fucking. I
Don't
mean, if
smoke in the car.
even if it's legal.
Don't do it. Just
What,
don't do it.
how many white former officers have said this shit, and I've been like, damn, you can say that shit. It's like, yeah, I don't ask questions without. I don't answer questions without a lawyer. If you pull me over for
Hey dog,
speeding, and that's the
I'm gonna tell
question
you
they ask,
something
you,
good.
man, give them the shit and shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna tell you something good. And this is the God honest truth. There ain't no thing that's ever been created, no penalty that they ever came up with for it that ever stopped me from smoking in a vehicle. But there's a reason for that. And this is prior to that, but I'll talk about now. Like, fuck the old shit. We're talking about right now. I mean, I live in a state where it's like legal, like super duper legal. Like, this is
But it's like
ridiculous. Like,
a
it fucked my head up when I
DUI.
first moved here legal. Yeah. Oh no. Here's the thing. First of all, and this is the thing that you learn pretty quickly once you get here, the cop gotta really, really be on one to even fuck with you about smelling weed. They really gotta be on one because a lot of times the motherfucker he was smoking, but what he was smoking, he killed it and threw it out the window. Now there ain't no weed in the car at all. You know what I'm saying? That's all he had. And when they pulled him over and said something, he was like, I mean, I smell like weed. Ain't no weed in here. But you're welcome to search. Go right ahead. Hey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was like, oh, no, go right ahead. No, I'm telling you. But go ahead. They was like, man, just slow down. You know what I'm saying? Just slow down. Get out of here. But here's the thing. There's a way to do anything. Boom. I don't have any marijuana open, lit, in my ashtray, none of that shit. Travel with it in the bag with the receipt. Boom. That's what the law say I'm supposed to do if I got it in my car. You know what I'm saying? So now if you pull me over and you smell marijuana, I got marijuana in the car. Legally. Here you go. See?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And believe me when I tell you, if you ever walked inside a dispensary, you know it smelled. Especially some of this West Coast shit, you're going to smell it through the plastic. You're going to smell it through the plastic. It is what it is. So, yeah. I mean, I feel it, though. Like, especially if you're somewhere where it's decriminalized even, like they say in some places, or if you're somewhere where it's absolutely illegal. Why take the risk if you ain't got to? Why take the risk if you ain't got to, especially if you one of them? You play for the biggest sport name in sports. Why? I wonder it all the time. When Henry Ruggs had his, I was like, why? Every time I watch one of these documentaries about one of these cats that was the #1 prospect coming out of high school and ruined their life. Why? What made you do that? They gave you everything.
They were always.
They gave you the key.
Person.
Here you go.
It was always that person, bro. They were always that person.
It just got exposed.
You just got exposed.
You got exposed. You absolutely.
They gave you enough money to expose yourself.
It's just like if you go to Florida or Alabama or one of these schools and they're able to wipe it away. Dog, I'm gonna tell y'all something this weekend when when we were doing the text trying to figure things out and I had my setup in the hotel room. Yeah, I want to know where I was this weekend.
What up?
Major college town, major college city. Take a guess where I was.
Austin.
Tennessee?
I said college town, major college city, national
Austin.
championships, everything.
Oh, Bama?
I was literally 10 minutes from Paul Bear Bryant Stadium.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
Stayed down there for the 4th of July.
Oh, shit.
Very nice.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
At a family reunion. Family reunion was down there, actually. It was down there, dog. And as I'm driving around there, because I've seen it, I've passed it, but I've never actually walked around downtown, old enough to just walk around downtown and just see what it looks like and all that shit.
Yeah.
I've seen it in passing. Dog, you ain't getting in the shit in that bitch. The way that shit's fucking set up, like I said, I hadn't seen it in about, I want to say, I hadn't been there in 9. I hadn't been in the state in 9 years. First off, I hadn't been in the state in 9 years, and I ain't been in Tuscaloosa in at least over a decade.
Damn.
So for me to see it for me to be there and see it and just walk around in the off season and politic and bullshit around and see the stadium and see the University of Alabama and see the goddamn street stand and all that shit and just walk around all the hotels and all the shit they remodeled, I was like, yeah, I'll tell you motherfuckers get in the shit, dog. It is a different in that specific city, bro. It is totally different. Cause I went and hollered at some people, dog. I went and hollered at some people I knew that was in the hood in Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? You see these right here, Black and Miles? I smoke them. Them bitches is $1.19, $1.20 in Tuscaloosa, Bear Bryant. You go in the hood, them motherfuckers regular price. You go in the hood, goddamn, on regular streets, you see motherfuckers out riding around and shit. But you go down that motherfucker's like, how the fuck you motherfuckers get in the shit when you literally can walk and find every goddamn thing you want? There's even hood liquor stores and shit, but you literally see Paul Bear Bryant Stadium and Nick Saban Way and Smitty's kids and all that bullshit. You see all the shit sitting there. And I was thinking to myself, when we got on the podcast and we talk about the Turpin shit, I'm like, yeah, when these motherfuckers in college, it's in walking distance.
I mean, shit, you ever gone down to Columbia during college football season and kicked it at USC?
Man.
I mean, good
I love
God,
Columbia,
Joe.
by the way.
Oh, my God. Like, and like he said, it's everywhere.
It's lit, yeah.
It's lit. Like, the whole week is lit. It is what it is, man.
That shit is crazy. Like, the first time I went back to Winston-Salem State, because people be laughing because I went back to go to A&T homecoming a couple times. I went back to go to a couple other schools homecomings, but I've never gone back to go to Winston-Salem State homecoming because, well, I got my own reasons for that. But I finally decided I was gonna go over. It wasn't for a homecoming, but I just wanted to go see the school. Like, it's been hella years, you know what I'm saying? So I went over there and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, we probably would have had a whole lot easier time not being on no bullshit if we had all the availability of all the shit that they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to go down the block to the fucking Wilco to go get cigars and some beer or some snacks or some shit. You know what I'm saying? After a certain time. They got some round the clock shit. You can swipe your little student card and boom, 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 and go right back to your fucking room and don't even gotta leave the yard. So like,
But dog,
yeah, I feel that.
but dog, this
Yeah,
is
that's just
why I
crazy.
made that point, dog. When you go to HBCUs, dog, having gone to HBCUs, their ecosystem and these Alabama and Georgias and shit, all they fucking ecosystems are so fucking different. That's why I'm like,
Oh
you can
yeah.
understand their ecosystems and the way everything runs is like after you kind of see it and understand it and have seen it, and now you see what they're doing now in 2024, 25, like, even in Winston State, to your example, dog, is like even different because I'm right here by it. Seeing that ecosystem and that shit, imagine what it was first off before social media. And now imagine what it is where you could just swipe a card and walk out the fucking door.
That's crazy.
You could literally, yo, it's right there. And they put it right there. And it's all for quote unquote tourism reasons. But the University of Alabama is funding the city of Tuscaloosa because of all the winning they fucking did.
Oh yeah.
So much winning.
So much winning. You got it. NBC suite. You got an NBC suite, a Homes too, a Homewood suite. You got over the bypass and shit, and you walking on these. You seeing this shit, dog? You just like, huh?
Man.
And in a city like Tuscaloosa, what you think it is, dog? It's a whole lot of people think it's white people and rednecks in it. Yeah, there's white people there, but it's niggas. It's black people there. So, excuse me. Because you know it from a different lens. You know, I knew it from a different lens then to now.
I feel it.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel it. Shit.
Imagine what Dallas, Texas is for a Cowboys fan. Dallas, Texas is for a Cowboys player. You ain't got to pay for a damn
playground. That's what it is. The playground. The whole city is the playground. And yeah, that's just crazy, bro. Hey, I think that it's probably the best thing one of the best things they probably could have done is kind of opening up avenues for some of these cats to go to different places. Because I think in some of these cases, there are some of these guys and some of the ladies as well who are utilizing the transfer portal to get away from situations they think don't fit them. You know what I'm saying? Like even myself, I enjoy going on the visits I went to the various schools. With certain schools I went to, it was like, I was like, this party is crazy. Yo, this is dope. This is a dope weekend. They're like, nah, it's like this all the time. I'm like, oh, there's no way in hell I'm coming.
There's no way I'm coming here.
I'm not getting nothing done, but this is gonna be a blast this weekend, though. Yeah, this weekend's gonna be dope, but I'm never gonna see y'all niggas again. So nah, peace. I mean, and every time I start thinking about something like that, like you realize that you can't do that because at that point you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired of it. And it ain't nothing like the expression of a person who's tired of something. I can show you better than I can tell you about people being tired.
It's tough when you talk to officials and I ask them, hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only been to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job. So I know it's frustrating because I know how hard we're battling inside. And I think that we came down and fought as hard as we could with what we had. And I just know that we continue to grow in this. And I think this is a leaping step for us. And obviously we know we can compete with the best. But that has to be fixed. And I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap. And I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
Angel Reese is tired of the shit. She had some choice words for WNBA officials after, as she said, the Chicago Sky went to the free throw line twice in a whole half of basketball. Crazy. And the thing about I think people don't recognize or realize, and I know we're running up close on the end here, but the thing I don't think people realize is the way the Chicago Sky is built. The Chicago Sky is built interior strong, perimeter, they're working on it. Their strength is easily down low. Angel, Cordoso, all of them. But for a team to be built that way, and you're not calling fouls and they not going to the free throw line, I mean, they're gonna be in trouble. It's gonna be a problem for them.
Cola, it wasn't her job. It's gangster.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I can't even be mad at you for saying some gangster shit like that. Like I respect G shit. So I'm like, hey, you said what you said, and you said it with your chest, so fuck it. But I'm saying, like,
I want to get these bowls out and I get to swinging them, and you in the vicinity, I hope you
know what I
catch them.
mean? You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing about that neither. That ain't your job.
Not my job to watch my elbows. You know what I'm saying?
Feel me? Fuck out of here with that shit. I think she has a valid point. And not just for the bigs, but like I love the aggressive play that the women, that the women give you, but at some point you got to draw a line and be okay, look, be aggressive, but this shit kind of getting ridiculous.
Yeah, y'all doing too much.
You know what I'm saying? This shit looking like hockey with high tops and shit. Like, so yeah, that shit wild. But I do salute the Angel, man. She's actually been on a fucking tear lately. I want to give her flowers. Still a lot of work to do. Game still needs some polish, but sure to go in and get it right now. You know what I'm saying? She is currently the only player in the WNBA, I think, averaging a double-double.
Double-double.
Yeah, she's the only one. And that's her last 5 games. Yo, I'm glad to see her getting it in. And I mean, and that's not to say she hasn't addressed again all of the problems with her game, but
she working.
Yeah. So salute the Angels. Salute to we're gonna have to fly through this quick. I got like 3 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna fly through this quick, but I do want to give a shout out to the ladies of the Dub who made the All-Star team. Salute to the Indiana Fever also for winning the Commissioner's Cup, even without Caitlin Clark in the lineup. So right here we got the All-Star teams for both sides. It's gonna be pretty entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty entertaining. I think it was it's kind of odd to me to see the number of people who were so deeply invested in hoping the Angel Reese didn't make the All-Star team. It was kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Super weirdo energy, but whatever. Well, she's there again, so there you go. Salute to all the ladies, man. All of y'all, every one of y'all. I'm gonna put together a quick montage right when that All-Star game comes of some highlights from the first half of the season.
Nice.
Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we ain't really getting WNBA it's just due yet. So we're gonna definitely do that. And I want to do the same for UFC as well. Because there's been some fire events already this year. That we kind of touched on, but I want to be able to share some of that with the people. So I need to see that shit too. So yeah. Man, this was fun.
Yes, sir.
Was fun. ESPN, get off that bullshit with them running backs, man. Anyway.
That was garbage.
That was some weak shit, yo. Y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Thank you to everybody in the comments, everybody on Rumble, everybody on YouTube, everybody that listens to us on Spotify and all of the things. Make sure you share, subscribe, like. If you are on YouTube, Rumble, Apple Podcasts, whatever the case, give us that 5-star rating. It pushes us up the algorithm. Makes it easier for people to find us. Yeah, you already know, man. If y'all like sports talk without a tap dancing for them corporate bullshit, come fuck with All Purpose, yo. So guys over at Panther Politics Podcast, Monster Listen, Mojo Barnes, P7. On behalf of Evan All Mightee and Phantom, I am Seven Da Pantha. We are All Purpose. You already know what time it is,
man.
Ew, Poe.
Everything changed but the motivation. City to city, the same song on the station. Controlling the interest.